Every piece of evidence, every study out there is going to tell you that play-based learning is the right thing to do for students. When kids are playing outdoors, they're actually setting themselves up for the foundations of learning.
Just what we know about brain development and children's developmental stages, that hands-on learning is key to all of it. So you can teach concepts all day long, 6 hours a day, talk at children, but they're only going to retain about 20% of that unless they're able to practically apply that.
We discount so much of what they're actually invested in. We say they're just playing, and they're learning, they're developing.
So when you're pouring and playing with water or building, these are basic math and sorting skills and volume and understanding different concepts.
When you're outside not just listening to an instructor telling you things and you're actually being able to put those concepts into practice, that's what the benefit of the outdoor space is in terms of school readiness and also academic achievement.
So outdoor classrooms and school gardens and preschool gardens lets kids be able to learn in their environment all around them.
So an outdoor classroom to me is just an extension of an indoor space, but allowing more autonomy and freedom to happen.
Research will say that students who are outdoors and interacting with each other, they'll use more language, they problem solve more often, they naturally explore and discover things on their own.
They are exploring and problem solving and collaborating in a more natural environment, literally, but also it's not about teacher directed, it's them directing their learning.
So they set up their interests. If they want to start climbing off the rocks or they see a butterfly land on that flower, they direct their own learning.
So it's on their terms, it's student-centered, and why wouldn't we want student-centered learning?
Let's put the frogs together. You can put the frogs on.
So this enclosed courtyard was dedicated to early ed here at Harding, which was great, but it had a colossal play structure in the middle that all we could do as teachers and adults in the space were just watch this play structure. You couldn't engage with the kids because you're just watching them. And to have now this sort of space, it's like I can bring out projects and activities and have the kids engaged. They pop in and out on their own. And I definitely do not use as many Band-Aids. And no ice packs.
We had a researcher come in before the space was built, when it was just one large play structure, and then come in after the space was built, and they did heat maps. And it was amazing to see how the students would really cluster around the play structure when it was out here, and now that it is this space now, they sort of dissipate.
Kids were more spread out, they were conversing more, they were doing independent play as well as group play, and they didn't need to have all the, what did you make? Is it a castle? Sure. I love it. I feel the changes, but to have that study actually prove that what I feel really happened was just like, wow, this is kind of a neat experience.
So outdoor classroom is more than just investing in a yard, right? It's a whole mindset and philosophy of how you're going to educate young children.
Learning isn't just between our four walls, but it happens all around. It happens through conversation on our walk outdoors, our walk to the garden, and it's an extension of that learning space.
Our students often start out when they're little, very curious, and over time, you see kids lose that. And so my goal is I really want to keep that curiosity and foster it. And I think in the outdoor spaces is probably the most natural place for that.
I think the more kids get this type of opportunity, the less they're going to rely on screens, because they could go in their backyard and find almost the same things.
If we want kids off of technology, we need to provide them something else and reintroduce them to natural play.
So if you don't have a lot of money to get a conceptual design, hire an architect, it's just about going outdoors, right? So every single school hopefully has a grass area and a tree, right? So start by just going out there, maybe with some sketchbooks.
You know, an easy one would be art. Move the easels outside. And if you have a garden, put the easels in the garden. Building outdoors, using natural materials to build outdoors.
But I also want people to realize, like, things can be donated. You know, you can ask your families, hey, do you have an old kitchen table and chairs? You know, like, I mean, you can ask for things that don't have to be bought new. And the thing I've learned is, like, whatever you have inside, try to offer it outside. So if you have blocks inside, have outdoor blocks.
I think that's one of the things that I've noticed, just adding in different things to our current playground. Before, it's just a play structure. Putting in a lot of sensory experiences. It changed the dynamics, and so like our playground supervisors, they were like, wow, this is so cool. We love having all these different things. It's really made a huge difference.
The play structure, it's always there, but they seem to gravitate to tabletop activities because, again, it's sensory. They have control of their learning, of any of those risks that they're taking.
This is such the opportunity. Every single center, every classroom needs to have outdoor elements for their children.
So we want curious, eager learners who are just excited to come to school and are inquisitive in the whole process. Because all of those skills are the skills that are building kids up to be capable and competent learners when faced with a 5th grade math lesson on fractions or a 2nd grade writing lesson.
I think there's just so much opportunity when we see ourselves as explorers and adventurers and risk takers. It builds confidence.
If we give children the opportunity to explore their environment, they're going to learn everything we want them to learn. Our job then is just to set up that environment, facilitate an opportunity for them to ask their own questions and discover their own answers.
If there's an opportunity to help children be physically healthier, emotionally more stable, socially engaged, and is supporting them academically, why wouldn't we do that?